So, my dears, it's been quite a long time. One second, let me clear my throat. I am very proud of all of you for your strength. I'm so proud. Each day I'm more and more motivated by your actions. And I am back, as you can see. I don't know for how long I'll be back. My motivation just finally kicked in and my discipline might come back, but the thing is, I have to say these things because I am very proud, very, very proud, and happy to have met some of you trying to make this look cool. But it's just a blanket and a mask, okay? Anyway, I'm just trying to be myself too, okay? But look, what I'm trying to get at here is life, man. You never know what someone's going through. You never know what anyone's going through. And right now, I could be going through so much and you wouldn't even know. You just see what you see, right? You know, the clown behind the mask. And I want you guys to know that I am going to fight, and I am not going to stop fighting. I am going to fight for you, I'm going to fight for me, and I'm going to fight for everyone. I want you to know that. I want you to know that. And I also want you to pray. Pray as often as you can, because even if you don't believe, at least pray for somebody else. I say this just to help me, because prayer is a powerful thing, and the more people that do it, the more connected we become. I believe, as a human culture, right? A human culture, we need to communicate so much more. So much more. Because in communication, you learn and teach everything that you have learned in your life. Whether you're a good person or a bad person doesn't matter. But it does at the same time. But just listen, stay with me, okay? It doesn't matter what others think of you at all. In fact, if they hate you or dislike you, that's a good thing. That means you're different. That means you shine. And that also means they are subconsciously hating on you. And they're jealous. But unfortunately, the world we live in, it likes to make us feel depressed and question our worth. How can I say this? This world is full of things that try to trick you and take away your sanity, per se, of your true identity, let's say. But in living in your identity, you lose yourself anyway. So the most important thing is to truly remember. The most important thing, god damn it, you see, this is what's bothering me. I'm trying to keep this identity too. Whatever, fuck it, right? So, in trying to keep your identity, right? Remember that. In trying to keep your identity, you must remember who you are and not what they say. Because if you start listening to what they say about you, you become what they all along thought about you. Besides that, because that's just irrelevant really to me, because it doesn't really bother me. I just had to say that for somebody. Somebody needed to hear that. Anyway, let's just fix this because it's really bugging me. It's not even about personal appearance kind of thing. It's just bugging me. I like the way it looks. Anyway, secondly, I'm not trying to teach anybody anything, honestly. I'm just saying what I've learned from experience, from people in general, and it's real tough out there. When you start listening to what your parents say about you, I mean, if you follow the rules, that's a good thing, right? Let's just put it this way. If you follow the rules, it's a good thing. But remember, you don't always have to do what you've been told. And that's not to go off, on a killing tangent and killing people. No. What I'm saying is that you have freedoms, you have choice. Remember that you have freedom, you have choice to do whatever the hell you want. But just remember to do things that are good, not bad. Let's say smoking, for instance. It's not bad per se, it's not good per se. If you do it once in a while, that's fine. But if you do it every day, it's kind of bad, right? That's an example. Medicine, for another example. You take medicine every day, it can be bad, it couldn't be good. You take medicine every other day, it's a little better. Because your body's not solely relying on it. But some medicine you do need to survive. How can I say this? Well, you're prescribed, not just in medicine. This is just the same. What you're prescribed isn't necessarily just for you. What you're prescribed doesn't have to be what you want. What you're prescribed isn't necessary sometimes. What's necessary is how your mind perceives things, how you go on about your daily life, and what you do. Remember, your heart is always in a balancing act between evil and good. Should I kill somebody or should I not kill somebody? Right? That's just a very strong example, okay? When you're angry, you start to think these things, and don't say you don't, because you do. It's just human nature. And remember, if you don't think it, but that's just a hard example. Okay, let's just go to a sadder example and kind of what a lot of more people go through. Should I kill myself or should I not kill myself? The balancing option, right? That's kind of the voices that come inside your heart and try to tempt you to do things. And you have to remember that there are people who do care about you. Whether it's, how do I say this? Whether you see them or not. Remember, you have ancestors too that, got you to where you are. So it's not just your parents. It's not just your siblings. It's not just your family that can matter. It's not just your friends that can matter. It's also your ancestors there that are with you all the time. The ones that truly cared about you. Let's say your grandparents. Maybe they died and you forgot about them, but they're always there. They're always listening. They're always watching, right? How can I say this even better? You are never alone, even when you think you are alone. Understand? So, they're always in your heart and in your mind if you let them. They're always all around, in someone else's voice, in someone else's aura. Life is an endless river. Remember that. Life is an endless river, and maybe reincarnation exists or doesn't, but that really doesn't matter. But energy exists and souls exist forever. And I believe that truly. I could be wrong, I could be right, whatever. Who cares, right? Just listen. That's all I'm asking, just to listen to what I'm saying. There are so many things in this life that they make you question who you are, right? They make you like, why am I doing this? Or why aren't they listening? Or does anybody care? And then you have all these questions, all these questions. And with that, I tell you, shut up. Shut up. Shut it off. Shut up. Just shut up. Don't think. Don't think. Once you start thinking like that, just stop thinking. Just say shut up, smack yourself or something. I actually physically slap myself sometimes. I know that sounds really crazy, but it helps. It wakes you up. You know, what's funny is that I learned that from a Japanese anime, and it really does help. When you start panicking, when you start how do I say it, losing your control, slap yourself. Don't really slap yourself. That just works for me. It may not work for you. Okay. Um, I'm trying to lighten the mood, but honestly, I do it sometimes. It helps me control myself and get myself back into my conscious thoughts and my logical feelings. Because sometimes when you start to panic and get anxiety attacks, yes, everyone has them. Anyone who says they don't have anxiety attacks haven't noticed it, or they will eventually. As you get older, you get more. I said I was a pervert. Learning, identifying as a pervert. Yeah, I kind of don't identify as a pervert. I just identify as somebody who knows a lot about lewd stuff. I know I just drew that in there, but I learned from some friends on Final Fantasy that identifying as a pervert is wrong, and I didn't realize how bad it was until I really started looking up the definition of pervert. Um, yeah, for everyone out there who identifies as a pervert, try to change it to someone that's sexually inclined or something like that, sexually involved or something like that. I don't know, because yeah, pervert is a bad word. It's bad, like ooh. Let's just fix that. Um, but how I saw it was just someone who was who knew about as you see, I'm still learning. I'm still understanding the world. But I saw it as someone who just knew a lot about uh sex stuff, like in general. I didn't know it was like that bad. So please forgive me for even identifying as that. I don't identify as that. Like, no, no. I'm pretty much still new. I'm not anything special, and it's very embarrassing to even think that I did that. Said that about myself. Please forgive me. I feel so stupid, honestly. Um, I mean, really, I'm stupid. I just wanted you to see my face. I'm fucking embarrassed as fuck. But look, I'm gonna take this off. Cause it's getting hot. And look, in general, we all make mistakes, right? We all make mistakes, and we gotta learn from them. Everyone goes through a lot, you know. Everyone goes through a lot. Even I do. And I go through a lot. I don't want to talk about myself though. I just want to help you guys. So in helping you guys, I kind of help myself. I'm hoping I help you guys. There's a lot in this world that will make you lose your sense of self, especially when you lose loved ones. I haven't given up yet, but I've reached points where I've been wanting to give up, and it's because some of you that I haven't. It's because some of you that I care for that I haven't, and I'm gonna keep going. My friends, in a way, are my power, right? Like in video games and stuff like that, they really are. And we can't. I was one who always thought I could do everything alone. I thought I could, right? But when you get older, you start to realize you can't do everything alone, and you have to ask for help. You have to. I know I smile and laugh and do all these things that aren't normal or um, considered normal. I had a lot of anger issues growing up. I was a terrible child and I didn't listen a lot, but I learned from my mom mostly how to be a good person. And if it wasn't for her, I don't think I would have ended up where I am right now. I wouldn't have been as strong as I am, and I wouldn't have been good per se. I had a lot of rejections in my life. I had a lot of loss. Let's just say. Besides loss, I've had a lot of sadness, a lot of death, like death mentally. I've had a lot of personalities in trying to get to know people and to know myself. And finally, I think I know myself, which is good. It takes so much to really get to know yourself, and I think it's a lifelong lesson, honestly, to truly get to know yourself. It's getting hot, so. But for those of you that have actually listened this far, thank you. For those of you that are my enemies, you can go fuck yourself. I just love saying that. That's my best comeback to idiots, really. Because we're all in this together, and anyone who kind of tries to down you is just blind to the truth that we really are in need of each other. We are in need of each other, and life is not easy, and those who give up are those bullies, or those people who just want to hate everyone and hate the world for what it is. And I feel sorry for those people the most, because I could have been one of them. You know, I could have been a drug abuser. I could have been all those kinds of people. I could have been a criminal. I could have been a lot. But it's in those inhibitions that you learn who you really are inside. And if you give in to those inhibitions, you'll also learn who you are. But I'm just proud, honestly, that I didn't fall. You know, I'm proud of myself and how far I've come. I never really saw any, I never really felt any pride, but I kept listening to my mom say, you should be proud of where you are. You should be proud of what you've done, you know? And when she first said it, I didn't feel anything. I'm like, they're just tasks. I just accomplished something, you know? I never really felt anything good about myself. I never, how do I say? I always felt so useless. Honestly, I felt useless, and all I can do really is pick up things and put them down. That's honestly how I feel. I put on my stats and strength, right? That's the joke, if you didn't get it. But I'm starting to learn that everyone has their deficits, their own things they go through, and I'm just glad that what I asked for from God, I'm finally starting to see. There are good people out there. There are. And you have to truly believe. You have to truly believe. You don't want to ask for things and expect them to happen daily. You can't. You can't. That's not how it works. You have to ask and be very patient, because patience, you're gonna need that your whole life. Patience will get you out of fights. Patience will get you a job. Patience will save your life. Somebody pulls out a gun on you, as an example. You get angry. You try to pull the gun away. You have two choices. Either you die or you get the gun, right? But in patience, you can try to talk to the person. In patience, you try to understand why they're doing it and try to stop them from actually doing what they're doing, and even give them all the money you have. It's not an option that you thought of because you were angry and afraid, but it's an option you can learn from patience. And in honesty, I think if you die that way, it's better because you didn't do anything wrong. It's a stupid thought, right? Maybe to some. Now, somebody pulls a gun on you. Whatever your choice is, it's your choice. That's just an example. It's just an example. It's not something I would do. It's just an example. A very strong example. Another similar example is if someone's yelling at you, just listen. That's a form of patience. If someone's yelling at you, just listen. Don't go back and forth with them. Don't try to reason with someone who's yelling at you or who's angry. Let them calm down. Let them relax. Once they relax, then you come and attack. You understand? Not attack with, antagonizing words, because then the anger is going to come right back up. Right? So, what you do is attack with kindness. And I really wish people would understand what I'm trying to say. Only a few would get it. Something's happening outside and two people are fighting each other. Don't wail on one person and then not the other. Wail on both of them. You understand what I'm saying? Or, separate them. Just don't get in the middle of them if you don't know what to do, right? But if you're gonna sit there and record them, I have an issue with that. I have a really big issue with that. One person can do that job if you really want to have that. The one who's not willing to put their life on the line. And apparently none of you are willing to put your life on the line if you're willing to do that. So, what I'm getting at is, it's okay to be scared, right? But do not let fear overtake you. Do not let anything really, any of your emotions overtake you is what the big message for this damn video is that I'm trying to get. It's just so hard to get my words out, and I always had problems talking with people, and I was always in here, always thinking so much. What should I say? What do I do? What do I do? How do I not make them feel bad? And oh my god, like a fucking, like a dog, I try to hide a little bit of my anger, but you knew what I was gonna say there, right? For me, this personality came out after a lot of pain. I'm trying to hold it back. This is another form of patience, by the way. The anger you have inside isn't from everybody else, and you're not really hiding it from people. You're trying to keep them safe. Because remember, I've had a lot of anger issues my whole life. And it was because I saw everything for what it was since I was a kid. I saw the violence, I saw the death, I saw the drugs, I saw the abuse people had. I don't want to go into life stuff, but you know what I'm saying. If you have experienced that, you learn to love life a little differently. You learn who's who and who's not. people want to talk about weight and how I look. I just laugh at it, honestly. To me, people like you are sad. I feel bad for you. Find something else, man. Find something worth living for, you know? Because I've had this inside for a long time. I've been wanting to talk to you guys specifically, but not many of you really will stay this long for the video anyway, but this is for you. Find something you like. Stop worrying about what other people think, how other people are, how other people look. One day you're gonna be in my shoes, and you're gonna regret everything you have said, everything you have done. Please understand me. I'm coming from somewhere that I've been just like you. I've hated on humans and life in general, society. I still do. I still do. Because of how we are, how we hate each other, how we cannot communicate with the other. We can't communicate with our neighbor. We can't communicate with our family members. We can't communicate how we feel, how I feel, right? But communication, to me, from learning everything that I've learned in life, communication, love, honesty, hope, compassion, those words mean a lot, especially in these times, and they're gonna mean a lot later on in life when you really need it and no one is there, right? You're gonna regret everything you've said, everything you've done. And for those of you who live with no regrets, I only have one thing for you. You will. You will regret everything. You will regret losing the one thing that you needed. And that was someone who cared for you. Someone who loved you for who you were. And that person who cared for you still cares for you. But time's up. Time runs out. Right? Actions speak louder than words, do they not? Alright. Now that was said, we're gonna skip past that phase and go to the next one for you specifically. Thank you so much for showing me that there is humanity left in anyone. Because all you need really is that one person who cares. That one person who still is willing to have light inside their lives. That one person who's willing to go the extra mile. The extra distance, right? The extra anything to give you that hope, that push that you need. All you need is that one person to show you who you are, to believe in you, because I believe in you, to believe in all that you are. So keep fighting, keep going, even if you have to leave me behind, just keep going, no matter what. Just keep going. I'll always be there in spirit or something else. Just keep going. Keep going as far as you can. Don't give up. Never forget where you've come from. Someone said romanticizing depression is bad, right? But for me, I have to romanticize it. I'm grateful for my depression because it has taught me so much. Maybe, it sucks to have it, right? But That's my sister, sorry. Are y'all playing COD? Sorry, 1 second. I can't ignore her. Nope. Okay, I forgot my phone was on. And yeah, this video has gone on pretty long, so another thing I wanted to say is losing that job sucked. I really liked that job. You know, I really liked it. So having those videos helped me a lot and get through it. I'm still worried about my grandma, and it's a lot. And then I see my mom suffering from having to think that. All I can see now is just I gotta get money. I gotta find a way to ease the suffering a little bit, you know. Everyone in the house is just not the same without grandma, and it's she hasn't gone yet, but it feels like it already. We're already kind of mourning her, and all of this is me. All of this is me. I can't really hide anything. I never could. I'm not a good liar. I might say your dress looks pretty. Or the butt doesn't look big in the dress, you know? That's the kind of lies that I would say, but even then, I wouldn't really be lying because I actually believe those things that I'm saying sometimes. I really didn't want this video to go on this long, but I think I might go even longer. I'm just really grateful. I'm really grateful to have met you, and you're a good person, so don't forget that. Even if you think you aren't, you're a good person. So just keep your head up. I'll keep mine up. I'm grateful. I'm really grateful. There's not much I can say, honestly. I'm happy a little. It's hard to express my happiness, honestly. But it's just, there's so much in this world, right? So much stuff they can't explain, so much sorrow from just our own things, right? Oh yeah, maybe you see yourself as boring. Maybe I've always seen myself as boring, right? I've always felt useless too. I've always felt like I was just a tool to be used. And maybe in being boring and useless, it's not such a bad thing as others make it, you understand? I'd rather be useless and boring and a fool my entire life than something I'm not, you know? So I know how hard it is, and I can relate. But you know, as long as I have people like you in my life, give me some form of hope in a way, I think I can keep going. I can keep going. I'm lazy as fuck though, sometimes. I don't want to do shit because of all my body aches and everything, and you already know that, so I don't want to get into it. But yeah, it's a lot. And family sucks. Especially the ones you try to care for. And then they just end up shitting on you at the end of the day. Or worse. So, all I ask of you is to keep fighting. Keep going through what you have to go through. Everything happens for a reason, as my mom says. Everything is as it should be. It just has to be that way. A lot of this video is kind of just me speaking crap and all that, and I'm not good at talking, honestly. I've never been good at talking. That's why I say I'm just good at picking things up and putting them down. I mean, I'm a little bit good at philosophy, but that's really the stuff in my head, stuff I've always been kind of good at school. I've never had problems with that. It's just people. I've always had problems with people. I've always had problems with people because I've always had trust issues, but at least I can trust some people, I'm learning that now, and there's just a lot. It's a lot to hold here. But when you let it out, when you talk about your feelings, I've realized it helps. It helps a lot. And at least there's someone there to listen. This is really starting to bug me, by the way. I gotta cut just this section. I cut my hair by myself, so I can't believe I missed just one. Oh, there's another one. I think, yeah. What a pain in the ass, right? I'm just all over the place sometimes. I guess you can consider that ADHD. I was diagnosed that whatever when I was a kid. It's kind of slimmed down recently, but it's whatever, man. Whatever. But yeah, I do like those talks because I like seeing the person behind the mask, right? But I love those masks too, by the way. I really enjoy experiencing all those different personalities. It's fun because that's why I can never see how you see yourself as boring, or maybe you see your regular self as boring, but I don't think I can ever be bored with you, because to me you're the first not boring person in a long time. It's been a long time since I've ever felt like alive, right? Because everyone out there is fake. There's no it feels like there's no hope out there. No I don't know how to explain it, but people suck, right? People suck in general, and I'm only here for you, really. I started YouTube because of you. I gave up on YouTube. I started it earlier too. I wanted to be a gaming channel that didn't speak. I wanted to be a gaming channel that didn't speak, that showed the beauty of gaming, And apparently nobody liked that. Except for me. I wanted to show the landscapes of the games, experience it. Yeah, nobody likes that because everyone likes talking. Everyone likes to see the face, right? But to me that's all fake, You don't experience, you don't actually experience the game that way. You don't. Maybe the whole generation of gaming video game YouTubers, I feel like, I know it's probably just my opinion, but it ruined gaming for me a little bit because you can't really enjoy the game itself because how do I say it? For me anyway. This is just for me, my personal opinion. You can't enjoy the game because you're not experiencing it yourself, right? So the way I did my channel was because I wanted people to experience the game itself without my voice. And one comment one time said to speak, And it wasn't because I couldn't speak. It wasn't because I couldn't speak. And as you can see, I still remember that comment. When I saw that comment, a lot of emotions came through. One was superb anger. Someone's telling me what to do? Huh? Then the other part of me was like, maybe I should speak, show them I'm alive, I'm a real person. Another part of me was like, I should just end this video. Right. But I continued to play my game and kind of tried to ignore and also cater to that person. I don't know what kind of part of my personality makes me do that, but I'm always somehow catering to somebody else. And something happened to me in 2023, whether it was losing my cat or losing one of my best friends that I thought was my friend. Something inside my heart changed and said I was gonna do for me. I was gonna stop catering to people. I was gonna live my life the way I wanted. Now I still help people. I see someone struggling on the street, maybe I'll go help them sometimes. I don't do it all the time because that's the part of me that changed. And a part of me misses that person, but a part of me is grateful it's gone. So honestly, I don't know if it's a good thing or a bad thing yet, but that part of me is gone. And sometimes I'm a little worried that I lost that part of me forever. The goodness in me, the one that doesn't give up, the one that always hopes no matter what, the positive me. I'm afraid that I lost it, and I'm trying to get it back, but more stronger this time. That's the true honest me. So I'm not unhopeful, but I have lost a lot of myself in helping others. So I know, believe me, I know that it can be very hard to maintain yourself, to not be sad, to go through everything that you're going to go through and that you've been through. That's why it's hard for me to do these videos, because it becomes too real sometimes. So I know, believe me, I know. I can still cry, but it takes a lot now. And most of the time when I cry, it's very silent, and I'm usually away from people. What else can I say about myself? I'm nothing special. Nothing special at all. For those who think they are special, I think that's where the problem starts. I think when you become so egotistical, you forget what truly matters. You forget what really matters. And that's people, children, society in general. And as a king or a queen, a leader, what matters is always your people, the children, the families, catering to them and their needs in order for them to benefit you. I don't understand what changed in us, whether it was the phones or technology or something else, but something inside of us changed, something that I can't put my finger on yet. But I know that communication and responsibility, taking responsibility for actions, and are big things in this life. Big things in general. And people just don't seem to grasp how important it is. How important life is. And then when they do, it's far too late. It's far too late. There are a lot that do understand it. I'm seeing that now. But it's not enough. There's not enough people that do. Hopefully in the future that changes. But for that, hell has to freeze over, in my opinion, because I am not hopeful in that situation. We're killing each other every day. We're selling drugs to each other every day. We're just to make a living, you know. We're and necessarily not everything is bad, but some things have to be done to survive, right? That's what I'm getting at. But anyway, I don't think any of this will change until those higher ups truly start caring for the people again. But I don't think they ever will, because there's always been a rich and a poor. There's always been higher ups and lower, lowborn and high up. I always think of Robin Hood and how he stole from the rich to give to the poor, right? But in reality, he didn't really help them, I don't think, because money still exists. Money still exists. It's always the problem. Money is the problem, I think, sometimes. Sometimes I think of communism and how everyone is treated the same, and I'm like, no, that can't be right either, because hard work should be, paid more. Maybe democracy and communism combined, where if you work harder, you get paid more, but none of that will change, because I'm just one person, right? When I realized that too, I guess something inside me broke a little bit. Now, I know that's so much information, but it's hard to trust people, just in general, and because I know a lot. But we have to keep fighting somehow, right? Somehow. There's gotta be some way to it. There's nothing wrong with working. There's nothing wrong with... To me, I'm trying to figure out where the problem really lies. And from what I see, it's the people themselves. We're still distracted by our colors, our color scheme, our hatred for one another. If we could just solve that, which seems impossible, it really isn't. All you have to do is hold back what you want to say. How hard can that be? Apparently very hard for some of you guys. To show empathy for someone you don't care about. It must be very hard for some of you. For me, that has been through so much, it's kind of easy. It comes like naturally. But for people that haven't gone through anything, or people that have actually gone through stuff and still do it, I think those are the worst people. But people that have gone through so much, that haven't gone through anything, and to treat somebody horribly, like undeserving, because they enjoy it, I don't know, something seems wrong with that, And if you don't see anything wrong with that, not you particularly, but I'm just talking, right? Sometimes I like to be heard, I guess. That's another fault of us humans, right? We like to be heard, and I don't know. It's just so much, right? I did not expect this to go on so long. But I can keep talking forever with you, I promise. Like, I can keep going. But, no, it's just, I want you to see what really ticks me, right? What really gets me going. There's so much inside here that I wish I could express to everyone. Sorry, that I can express to everyone, but you can't really express anything in here if they don't listen or feel it, right? So, believe me when I say I understand and I know how hard it is to do these things, and I just wish I could punch. I could knock out anyone I wanted to when I wanted to. That's honestly the freedom I wish I had. But we live in society, right? Who gave anyone permission to say what I can and can't do? I don't know. Our forefathers, or okay, this is all jokes. I'm just saying. I mean, it would be nice to punch somebody once in a while because they got out of hand, but you know, maybe I'm saying a little too much. But when did men become so weak? I'm sorry, I have to say it. When did we become so weak? We. I said we. Listen carefully. Not me, you, and me. Okay. When did we become so weak? When did humans become so weak? Oh, when you start thinking about it. None of us talk to each other anymore. What is strength? Coming together, stupid. Come on, man. You gonna kill me for being honest? You gonna hate me for being true to myself? You're weak. You're pathetic. Come on. I don't know, man. The only people I will allow to belittle me are my friends, and even then, I get pissed off at them. Like the one person who can literally do that, well, two people, are my sister and someone else that I will not mention. But you know who you are. But yeah, there's so much. And I listened to the Martin Luther King Jr. speech, and he's like, I have a dream. This is not making it fun of him, by the way, so get your panties out of the gutter or whatever. I have a dream, he says, and something, I don't know it by heart yet, but he says when black women or black and whites will work together, and it's not about their color but the definition of their character or something like that. And those are very deep words to me. Like, when did our colors or our color become the definition of our character? When did ethnicity and all that, when did it become the definition of our character? I look at you white people, because I'm Spanish, and I see how you treat me sometimes. From all the white people I've met, all the black people I've met, and how they treat me, all the Spanish people I've met and how they treat me, I look at it. I've looked at it, I've taken notes. Out of everyone, each of us shows hatred to one another. But the strongest hatred I have seen, not in the media, but the strongest hatred I have seen is from the whites. And I say that with my experience. And not towards me. what I've seen. And maybe that's a little hard to hear, but I also see it just so you could understand that I've seen blacks hating on whites. I've seen that too. But the majority of it does come from whites on colored folk. I have seen it. I have seen it, and it has hurt me. I have seen the blacks on the whites, and I understand where they come from. I have seen the whites on the blacks, and I sort of understand where they come from. But the Spanish on the Spanish, and the Spanish on the blacks, and the Spanish on the whites, and the Chinese on the Chinese, and the Chinese. Why are we fighting over that? Why? Why are we still fighting over that? You know, I've seen it all. I've seen it all. You understand? I hate that I had to say it like this, but I have seen it. I've seen it, right? But I let that shit go. I let it go. Because that doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. It's what somebody believes, right? It's what someone else believes. So what does their belief about you matter? Right? And it's not just racism. It's not just racism. It's not just prejudice against somebody you don't even know. It's not just hatred for mankind and humans that you don't know. Think about Hitler sometimes. I'm like, why did he hate the Jews? What did they do so wrong? And then I see Jews aren't so great. Sometimes they're very rude into themselves. Not all of them. Not all of them. Get me right. Get me right. Not all of them. But a lot of them stick with their community. And I am someone who has lived with all of these kinds of people. So you cannot say that I'm racist. I'm expressing my feelings for all races. Okay? Chinese like to stick with the Chinese. I have lived with, at least from my location where I have been, this is how it is. The Chinese like to stick with the Chinese. They don't really like outsiders. I forgot what they call it in their terms, but they don't truly like outsiders. There are some that allow outsiders to come in, but they never fully treat them like they are part of the family. Why? Just these 5 alone. Why can't we come together? Forget about our differences. And like embrace each other. Just hug. I know that sounds gay or some shit, but like what happened to us? Why are we always so divided? Why are we divided by our color? Why are we divided by our own thoughts? Huh? Why are we divided by our own thoughts? So that got me thinking, what do we need as humans, right? What do we need as... Oh, that's another thing. Religion, right? Religion also separates us. Religion separates us. So the atheists are probably the only ones who don't care about skin and all that. No, they do. They do. But I'm just saying, it's a joke, okay? What happened to us joking? There's no joking no more. There's no, we're all divided. Do you know that saying? I'm gonna say it here. Divide and conquer. Just gonna leave it like that. Divide and conquer. Now we're gonna skip that section because for those of you who know the truth, you know what's wrong. Next. I'm sorry. I'm not racist. Believe me, I'm not. I honestly hate myself more than any other kind of religion or color. I don't care about color. I never did. A woman's a woman, a man's a man, trans a trans. I'm sorry, like whatever. It don't matter. It's not me, right? Why are we so stupid? in my opinion. Why? I feel like I was the most stupid, but are we stupid? Are we just stupid to fight over these things? I don't know. But I have experienced racism in my lifetime, and I never really wanted to talk about it. I don't know why it came out now. Maybe my ancestors wanted to say it. But I have experienced it for myself, too. I know I said I was going to skip the subject, but I had to say that, too. So you can't judge me. You can't say I'm racist. You can't say I'm anything like that, because what I'm going to say back to you is fuck you, because you don't know shit. You're very ignorant, also. Because someone like you will literally treat immigrants like they're cattle. So go fuck yourself. We're all immigrants at the end of the day. We all inhabit a land that isn't ours. Remember that. Earth is not ours. Anyway, next, I just had to say that. And this is not camera boss. I will say this to you in person if I have to. You can lock me up, put me in chains, all you want, but someone like me exists out there, and many others exist out there like me. So do whatever the hell you want to me. There's plenty more where I come from. Wow, some fire there, huh? Ooh. Anyway. Yeah, that whole part was not for you. I'm so sorry. I just have to say that. Apparently, I have had held that inside for my whole life, and I had to say it. Anyway. Seeing you actually opened my eyes a little bit, too. That not everyone is defined by their skin. You understand? Not everyone doesn't have a heart. I guess that's why I had to open that can of worms. You know, I had my own prejudices, I had my own hatred for different kinds of people. But I can see that there are good people in this world, and those are the people I fuck with. I don't fuck with people who are fake. I don't fuck with people who are two-faced. That's what I mean by that. So I know and I feel exactly how I feel the moment I meet someone, and I know exactly who they are before they tell me. That is why I know how I feel about people. I know them immediately as I see them, because I have experienced so many people and personalities in my life that I know immediately. Now, it's not 100% foolproof, right? You do make mistakes. But most of the time, at least 90% of the time, I can say I am 100% absolutely correct about somebody. That's not being cocky either. There's always been this feeling inside my chest. Oh, this person isn't good. I should stay away from them. And I call that the gut feeling. I felt that gut feeling where I should stay away from this person the moment I met that one friend. That changed my life in a way. That took away some of my hope. I did feel that. But I disregarded my initial thoughts because of my kindness, my kind heart. I believed I could help somebody. My lesson is always go with your gut. That's what I learned from that. Always go with your gut. Don't try to befriend someone who will, in the end, take all your light away. Or something like that. I could be wrong. Maybe that one person changes. Maybe you are that one person. Who knows? But honestly, if I had to do it again, I wouldn't. Because maybe I would, because I wouldn't be where I'm at right now. To have to suffer, it teaches you a lot. Like that Naruto quote, to know pain, right? In order to know pain, to know someone, you must know pain. Something like that. It's just valid. Ugh, I said valid. Yuck. Anyway. My nose is very runny. And, I don't want to end it, like, here. So I'm going to talk a little more so you have a little more positivity in your life. But, again, I'm very, very grateful for you. Very. Because you gave me hope in humanity. You gave me hope in humanity again. And love and in all kinds of aspects. So I'm grateful for meeting you. I'm grateful for everything. And I hope none of this has offended you. I hope. And in general, I hope none of this has offended anyone. Because I like people. I want them to know my truth, my worth, my everything. I want them to know that I have suffered, but I'm still living. I'm still going through it. I'm still fighting. You know? We've all gone through something. Whether it's racism, death, depression, suicidal thoughts, all that shit. All that shit. We've gone through something. And, I just want you to know, all of you to know, we're not alone. You're not alone. And you'll never be alone. Never. Because your heart is connected to all around you. Everything around you. And you don't need affirmations to tell you that. You don't need them. You want them. The affirmation that I will give you is that you are a strong person. And you don't need anyone else. You don't need anyone else to tell you. Although it feels good to hear that from somebody. Although it makes you believe in yourself. You already are enough. You understand? You already are enough. No matter what anybody says. No matter what anybody does to you. You are enough no matter what. No matter what. You have to keep going, and you have to stand proud of who you are. You have to. That's the only way to survive. The only way. No matter what decisions you make, no matter what you do, no matter who you are, you have to stand proud. Proud of who you are. Proud of what you do, and love everything that you are. Because there is someone out there that loves you, adores you, cherishes you, and would do anything for you. Whether it's God, your ancestors, your dog, your pets, everything is there. Everything you have, everything you need, you already have. Just listen. Listen to that voice that you hold inside, that you already know you have. Just believe in yourself and do not give up. When I say believe in yourself, I mean you have to bury yourself in the dirt and grab yourself up. You understand? I don't know, maybe it's too much. Maybe it's too powerful, or maybe it's just not heard. At this point, I really don't care. I know you hear me, and I believe you hear me. So I'm gonna end it here, and I just hope, that's it, I hope. No matter what we go through, no matter what we are, one day we will be one. That's what keeps me going. One day there will be peace. One day.